This is Antietam on Legendary difficulty, and we have 2-star units as division commanders in 1st Corps. A lot of Harper's Ferries, 1250 to 1300. Good artillery that we created, some 3-star artillery units. James Whitworth, 20-pound Parrots. Yeah, not many of them, but okay. We're going to kill 58,000, lose about 8,000. It's over 7 to 1. I'm surprised how close the armies are. I have, almost 60,000, but you don't get to bring 60,000 right away. You have to fight the first part of the battle with an army that's a bit undersized compared to the enemy. So there are a couple of defensive positions you can choose here. And you can see lots of videos where people choose different lines. This is the line I'm going to pretty much occupy the whole time. The woods on the left, the woods kind of where my units are headed right now, and then these woods on the right. And this is the line I'm going to hold the entire battle. I want the enemy to come into that big open area and just take shots there. And you know, part of it is just luck, but the enemy does come down into that big open area with most of his army throughout the entire game. Maybe I was just lucky, maybe it's the default for the AI because he's headed toward the victory location, I don't know. But that works out absolutely terrific for me. On the left, the open area on the left, and, you know, the cornfield kind of to the south and right, I intend detached skirmishers to be there. So, yeah, this is the line that I want to hold. Now, Pandakraut does a really good job of moving forward. So the woods that are kind of north of where my units are now in the center, and then the right, the woods that are just to the north of where my units are on the right side, across that open area, he goes up there and fights him in that position. And that works really well, too. I didn't want to go there. I see this position, you know, you have to take a look at the map and see what position is going to work for you. This looked absolutely like a great defensive line for me. Perfect for how I fight with artillery, have some infantry as backup. The only weakness to the line is right where the clump of woods, just to the right of where my infantry is, in the center. I'm concerned about that, but he never takes advantage of that because the AI can't calculate cover. So he never really takes advantage of that. If I were playing the enemy, the Union, I would seize that clump of woods and use that cover to my advantage, but he never does that. So yeah, the sniper, I'm not bringing him in right away. What I need right now is infantry to cover the battlefield. He's going to come in with the reinforcements. And boy, is the sniper good. Really valuable in this battle. And the James does, you know, awesome, awesome work. So yeah, that mid-range damage is going to prove to be really valuable in this game, in this battle. So the James is going to do very well. This is a place for the Tredegar to actually shine, and the Tredegar turns out to be very valuable here. Although it never gets quite the kills of, say, a James. It's still good. The 10-pounders, 10-pound Ord, good. The 10-pound Parrots do what they do. They consistently get kills on his artillery and take his artillery out. So, yeah, seem to have the right mix of artillery, and the artillery I have is just what the game has given me. It's not because I crafted it. Okay, I let this guy get into melee. That's a mistake, but that's why I have a unit in the rear. Just for that eventuality that I screw up and get into melee. So yeah, I'm going to have the Harper's Ferries to the rear, charge in. He's already routing. Yeah, I didn't lose very many there. So I'd like to get out of melee, that would be good. I have 2 detached skirmishers walking up taking shots on this guy. So yeah, that worked out very well. So his infantry unit is screaming in, now attacking my detached skirmisher, and he's going to take flanking fire from the guy in the woods. And another unit that I held in reserve is going to run forward and take shots on this guy. So I had 2 infantry in reserve to react to whatever he decided to do. And that paid off. Okay, the opening part of this battle is really crucial because the enemy is going to come after you, and you need to really crush him and hold the line. And he's going to try to charge and get into melee. Things can go very badly here, so I'm going to hit pause a lot in this phase, and it's going to pay off because he's going to make mistakes, and I'm going to capitalize on those mistakes. Like right now, he's already taking shots to the flank and is tearing him up. I'm shifting fire because his unit, it's morale shocked. He has 2 of them now morale shocked. One of them is going to retreat, so I need everybody to shift fire to the guy who isn't morale shocked. And we need to keep doing this. This needs to be really disciplined, really calculated. Okay, he wants to get into melee. I can only fall back so far. So I'm charging into him. I have supporting fire from 2 sides, and the James firing into this guy. He has no chance. I'm in cover. Yeah, I take almost no losses. He gets just crushed. Yeah, let's get some more shots on this guy. More good shots. Okay, I did not pay attention to this. I cannot fall back because the 24-pound howitzer is there. We're going to get him into melee. He takes 24-pound howitzer to the face, and he goes back a lot weaker than he was when he came charging in there. So yeah, I've completely gotten over the try to stay out of melee thing. When the opportunity presents itself, we're charging. Southern bayonets are very effective. His units are really dropping. He's advancing right now with the unit 700 and something. 2 units in the 700s, 1 unit in the 800s. He has more units coming in on my right at about 1200. He's not going to be 1200 for, well, he's not going to be 1200 for long. In fact, he's not 1200 right now. Okay, first one routes. Second one is taking a while to route. Yeah, fire coming in from all directions. Okay, I do not want this guy to route in some kind of squirrely direction. Okay, he gets turned around. That's good. Takes 2 more shots. Now he's down to 860, 850. Coming in for another charge. Yeah, I have 2 units against his 1 right here. If he doesn't route instantly, I'm going to charge him. We've got 2 on 1, and he has no supporting units. My 24-pound howitzer is taking pass-through damage. Yeah, he's getting a cover bonus, so he's able to hang in there. There he goes. Okay. And if he didn't have units close, I would charge into that guy and thump him for that. Okay, he's coming in for another charge. Fall back, fall back. I have 2 units in support right there. He's going to lose this. Okay, I'm going to shift some folks around. This guy who's isolated in the center, he's about to take a bunch of flanking fire from that Harper's Ferry unit that's at full strength. That guy needs to go back to his parent unit, and we have our reinforcements coming in. This is not as close as it looks right now. Yeah, I need this guy to retreat back in the right direction. So he's down to 870. This guy in the center, yeah, we're gonna pop this guy. I can't charge because he has a skirmisher right there. What is my unit in the north doing? I have no idea why that unit was headed for. I probably gave him the order to fire, or I thought I did, but I gave him the order to move instead. Now he's out in the open. Yeah, the unit with CS Richmond just went right into that guy and got a bunch of kills. So, yeah, that guy needs to get out of there. I want him in cover. The guy in the north. These guys in the south are all doing fine. And I told bringing some of my infantry along to the right. I want to extend the flank. These guys are doing great. These guys are all in cover. His units, like I'm firing my 1,000 CS Richmonds firing into a unit of 600. Yeah, that's not going to turn out anywhere but badly for him. He has a unit of 800 coming down. I have some units that aren't doing very much. So they need to start moving forward because the enemy's just too weak not to thump. So I place a sniper on the right flank, get him ready for what's coming up next. We don't need to push into that open area, but anything that does push into the open area we can easily tear apart. Stay in cover, patiently tear this guy up. My sniper's moving up on the left flank. My cav's moving up on the left flank. One of his units already shattered. That was nice. His unit that was 600 is now down to 400. The 2 units on the right side of the map are down to 600. Yeah, there's not much left of Hooker's corps. And there's General Hooker. It'd be very nice if we could take him out. Yeah, this corps has been been really torn up. I'm looking at his units 550, 545. I see another one 690. Yeah, snipers can get warmed up on that unit that's just going to stand there and take a bunch of shots. So we're in very good shape. Waiting for more infantry to roll up before I do anything. Stay in cover, keep firing at him. He's getting weaker by the second. 33 minutes to go. Well, this has been a disaster for the Union Army. So yeah, I'm having no trouble managing the sniper unit in Weapons Factory. He did take a couple of losses, but yeah, it's having just one is not a burden. I think the thing is you have to play what you're comfortable with. So if I build too many snipers and too many cav, there's a real diminishing return because I don't like it. I don't like micromanaging all those units, and I end up screwing up with them. I'm not effective. But if I have just a couple, like 2 dismounted cav units, just 2 rifle cav, I like that. They're really good at doing what they do. Maybe 2 for first corps, 2 for second corps, but certainly none for third, fourth, and fifth corps. maybe one sniper for 1st and 2nd Corps each, and that's it. There's no reason for 3rd, 4th, or 5th Corps to have a sniper. At least not in my army, because I won't manage them well. So, yeah, what the game tends to do in grand battles is there are 2 different maps you're fighting on, and if each one I had one sniper, that would be good. So that's what I'm thinking. In my Union Legendary campaign, I had, I don't know, 20 snipers. I mean, just stupid. So, I mean, you can form a division of snipers, and you just, like, move them around as a division, and they do okay. Well, they do very well that way. And the same thing, I did the same thing on Legendary. I had a division of Cav, but yeah, the payoff for that was not very good. I spent a fortune for weapons, and I didn't get anything out of it. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking now. I cannot make those mistakes on the Confederate playthrough. You don't have the money, you don't have the manpower. Whatever you build, there has to be a real purpose for it. And you have to get a payoff, both in manpower and in money, because you don't have unlimited. This is not the Union campaign. So I'm thinking in terms of what is it that, based on the way I fight, that will give me the biggest payoff. So definitely you need a sniper in the Confederate campaign. And I can play with 2, probably, is what I'm thinking. Okay, we have 4 minutes to go, and I've already extended my right flank, and I've occupied the position. I know you've noticed this, I like to be in position before I need to be in position. So my units are over there doing absolutely nothing, because they're going to need to be in that position in 2 minutes. And they're just waiting for, well, when they're needed. And that'll be in 1 minute. So okay, I don't think the Federals are going to attack Sunken Road. I don't think that's what's going to happen. Okay, I cut that out. I gave everybody orders. It's basically this. The bridge, 2 divisions. Then there's a place where some cav comes in north of that. Another bridge. 1 division. And I think 1 division is moving up on my right. Yeah, 1 division is moving up on my right flank to extend it. I want the enemy, hopefully, to come into this big center area that you see right here, this big open center area. He pretty much does, except he has several units that come down a little far to my right flank, where my most right unit is. He has units that come down there, and to the right of that, which you can see him coming in right now. He's at 1,700, I think, almost 1,800. I don't want him coming in there. That is not the plan. He's supposed to come in to the, looking at the map, to the left of that. So, yeah, there's the Whitworth. Moving up, I can see my Cav. I don't want them getting into combat and dying, as I have done the last couple of battles with them. Yeah, he's coming down. He's getting on my flank. And I don't have, my flank is open. I am not happy about that. That is not the plan. So my cav is to go up and get visibility, maybe snag some supply wagons. The supply wagons are only interesting to me if and only if they can be picked up at no risk. They are not a priority. Visibility and spotting is the priority. So I have to set some units on run, because he has 5 units on my right flank. Yeah, I don't want that. I want him to come to, I want him to move, looking at the map, to the left of where he is. But no, he's coming in on my flank, so I have to shuffle around a little bit. He has 1 infantry that's only 400. He's dead. I'm trying to stay away from his artillery, let my sniper work on that guy a little bit. Have my artillery work on his... I see 2 batteries to the left and 1 to the right. And we're just going to work on those guys with our 10-pound parrots. That's what the Whitworth is for. Okay, now his artillery is exposed. Detached skirmishers will make short work of him. And I can bring the cav in. He can get some free shots. First at his infantry. Well, let's just keep harassing his infantry. So I have sort of a line set up, and it's reinforced. Let's see what he wants to do about it. Yeah, there are 3 divisions to the south of this position, and they're just getting in place. So his artillery is down to 160, 150, 140. My cav gets another shot on him. Okay, there are 3 infantry over there. Their job is to hold that clump of woods. That's it. Their job is not to advance. Just hold the clump of woods. And because he came in a little bit to the right, looking at the map of where I thought he would, I've moved up and I've taken the clump of woods that's on the left to the south. And that's a good defensive position. And it's also very good cover, and we can just, annoy him to death there and do good work. So now we're wrapping around his line pretty much. But here's the thing about this battle. You have tons of time. All my artillery has to do, stay in cover, or my infantry, stay in cover, fire from cover, degrade the enemy, let the artillery just blast away. At some point, all of his artillery is dead and his infantry is degraded. That's all we have to do. I guess I have part of 2nd Corps here, 3rd Corps, and then 2 divisions of 4th Corps are on the way. I have more men, more guns, more ammunition coming. We can do this, we can do this for hours. And stay in cover, take few losses. Every second that goes by, my army just racks up kills, his army gets weaker. So good, he decides to charge south, exposing his flank, so I'll have 2 units run up on his flank and crush some units. That'll be great. Now he thinks he's going to charge south with that little unit of 370. He's going to take a couple volleys and be dead. That'll work out. Yeah, the infantry I sent to my right flank is now wrapping around his line and routing it. And my objective is that when the fighting is finished on the right side, one of these divisions will move up into the clump of woods to the north right side and come in on the flank of the enemy. So we're going to start surrounding his entire position. Well, he has a unit of 350 just charging in bravely. Yeah, he's going to die. 2 infantry and a detached skirmisher firing into this guy. He's dead. I'm in cover. He's in the open. Come on, shatter. I should charge that guy, even though there's artillery back there. I should charge him. He'd probably surrender. Okay, his artillery's facing the wrong way, so we're gonna send some detached skirmishers to pester him. Yeah, I don't like that I have a couple of infantry units in the open. That's not good. Yeah, his little unit of whatever infantry shattered. 300 some infantry. The James just doing what the James does, racking up kills. Make sure my guys are in cover. Okay, I'm starting to send some detached skirmishers into the woods on the right side. So the cav showed up. Okay, that was very lucky. I did not know exactly where that guy came in. That was just nothing but pure dumb luck. No skill involved at all. I mean, I knew he crossed the bridge. I mean, historically, the Union had 2 corps that just sat out the battle across those 2 bridges and sat in reserve the entire time. So, yeah, I know that there are historically 2 corps over there, so with a ton of artillery. The Union long-range guns were over there too, and just, yeah. Yeah, this position right here is where the Union should have, I think it was Porter. I think Porter was over there. Okay, I have a unit that has been bouncing around in the center of my line because too many units, and so he's decided to get out of cover. That's a disaster. Okay, we're in no hurry. We have 10-pound parrots, we have Tredegar's, we have 2 infantry divisions. So yeah, we're just going to pound on those guys and kill them slowly. Same thing with the guys in the center. There's no rush. We're just going to keep pounding on these guys. I have the guys in the woods on the right side, I put them on hold so they didn't bounce around. They're just going to fire at that artillery. Unfortunately, he routs. Yeah, this is all going amazingly well. Now his cav comes in on the to the north. That guy's really irritating. I needed to be further north with some of my units. He's going to escape, but that's okay. We're going to kill him. Patiently, patiently, patiently just kill all these guys. Yeah, I think I'm going to charge this guy, but he can escape faster than I can run after him. So okay, this division now can move into the woods and continue to form the circle that we're going to form around the enemy position. The guys on the north that I have on the left side can start to wrap around the enemy position. I think this is it. This is all he gets. So as soon as this division gets up and into the woods, we can start to tighten the circle on this guy. We're going to encircle the whole mess. Yeah, I don't want to really push the guys in the south. I want them to keep moving into that kill zone. So, yeah, we're just occupy the woods. On the right side, don't worry about it. My sniper's starting to run out of ammo, so I moved the supply wagon over there. These are the, he got, I was kind of surprised by this. These are the last of his reinforcements. And these guys should walk right down into the kill zone if I'm lucky. That's the plan. They're going to be full strength, but that doesn't matter. By that time, I'll have the woods on the right completely occupied. He'll have no right flank, no left flank. And I want to give him time to walk into this pocket. His units are looking really fragile. Guy's 277, he's about to take a couple volleys and die. 200, and yeah, come on, he should be dead. The guys behind him are in the 1,000 range. So I wonder if they're part of Franklin's corps. The guys that are in the 1,000 range. Franklin's coming in around 1,500. C1 unit 1,300 something. 1,500 and change. Yeah, I really don't want him to stop right there. I want him to keep moving south. So, yeah, his cav is getting my units spotted. That's not good. So I'm going to have those guys fall back a bit. I don't want Franklin, don't want his infantry to stop. I want him to keep moving forward. I want Franklin to keep moving south toward the victory location. And this lovely, lovely kill zone that I've set up for him. Because this is just a death trap. Yeah, one of the reasons I have this is This is kind of like a mouse trap. You know, the perfect trap for the mouse. He's going to walk into this open area. My artillery is going to have fire. I'm going to be on his flanks. And if he just moves everybody into this lovely pocket, my infantry on the right, which is an entire division, is going to actually be behind him. And that's kind of the goal, is to be behind him. So I'm able to advance with 2 infantry units. One's in the woods, one's going to be on a farm. Hopefully that'll attract his attention. All of Franklin's infantry looks like it's moving nicely into the pocket for me. And now my infantry is going to move up on the wood line to the right, extending the flank, and detached skirmishers should be able to kill this cav. He's down to 194. Should be able to charge him and kill him. Yeah, it's going to take a while to move the artillery forward on the right, but once the artillery gets up, it's actually going to be on his flank and rear, with any luck. So, okay, he's charging, so I'm going to fall back. He's going to charge into the James, which is not going to work out well for him. And my infantry is going to have very good cover. I just had 3 units fire into his lead unit. That's not going to go well for him. Okay, my cav is now behind him. There's a little bit of a video that dropped out. I don't know why. Maybe I forgot to hit pause. But I moved forward and snagged a supply wagon. He can go over and provide some supply to the sniper who's just sitting there getting kills. And I can snag another one, and he can resupply my division that's on the right side. The 2 divisions I had to the south backed off. No reason to see that in editing. Yeah, I captured another supply wagon, and my detached skirmishers and 1 infantry is charging on the right side, killing his artillery. Just eating it alive. Just, it's hopeless for him. So my cav has only lost 9 guys so far, so I can snag that supply wagon easily, and also now all of his artillery is flashing white. The detached skirmishers and the cav can easily kill that. So, but the supply wagon is not as interesting to me as the cav, or is his artillery. And his infantry, yeah, is all where I want it to be. Right in this lovely pocket. My 2 divisions, I back them up to basically the victory location. The sunken bridge, or Burnside's bridge, I don't think it matters. I don't think you even have to take it to get a victory. I think it's completely irrelevant. But we're going to end the battle by killing them all anyway, and we have a ton of time to do it. This is one of those battles where you have lots of time. So, and we're going to use every minute we have to patiently just keep chipping away at this guy and take as few losses as possible. So yeah, we end up with over 7-1, which is, you might be able to do this even with better to 7-1, quite possible, but man, I heard nothing but nightmare stories about Antietam for what seems like years. So yeah, I'll take 7-1. Now on the right side, I'm moving the artillery up. No hurry whatsoever, just move the artillery forward. Stay in cover, move the artillery forward, hit the enemy flank if you can. Take your time, lots of patience. Yeah, I have some units that are in the open, they need to fall back. There's no reason for those guys to take losses. They've done enough. Look at the kills these guys have. Man, that Harper's Ferry unit, 1,800 has lost 157. 1,800 kills and lost 157. Hey, my Maynard Cav has killed 100. Good for him. Yeah, I don't want anybody to fire at this supply wagon. We'll just pick him up for free. And he's empty, so... Yeah, several enemy supply wagons now dotted around my line. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 that I see here. Okay, notice how he's completely surrounded. Completely surrounded. Yeah, I should really get the CS Richmonds out of there. They've done, they've done a great job. They don't need to be in the open. So I'm moving the artillery right up to the front line. He doesn't have any artillery. If he charges forward, he'll take canister, and if he doesn't charge forward, well, he'll probably take canister. Either way, he's doomed. This is the part of any battle where moving the artillery right up to the front line really pays dividends. So, yeah, we're going to move these guys right up to the front line. The only thing I don't like is he's fallen back to the woods, so we just have to be careful there. Sniper can get some nice flank shots. That'll work out nice. I'd like for him to get 1,000 kills. That would even be better. 10 minutes before something else really bad happens to the Union Army. Yeah, the more of my army comes on the battlefield, the more awful his position is, so... Yeah, another unit shatters. His units are down to, looks like 500, and they're just starting to shatter. There is no reason at all to speed this up. I have all day. And quite frankly, the rest of my army could take on his units that are about to come onto the battlefield without 1st and 2nd Corps. Yeah, 3rd and 4th Corps can take on what's about to show up by themselves. But in a few minutes, 1st and 2nd Corps are going to be available, and but I want 3rd and 4th Corps to do as much fighting as possible. It's going to drive up my losses. I'm going to take casualties in 3rd and 4th Corps, but I want them to get combat experience. I want them to drive up their firearms skill, their condition. I want artillery to get some kills, even just 6-pounders. Those 6-pounders today are going to be 10-pound parrots tomorrow. So the better their firearms and all the rest of it, the better the army's going to be when they get better weapons. So they're going to take some losses, but this is pretty much the strategy I used in my Union campaign, and it works for building an army. I'm only concerned about you will take greater losses. So fighting with these, doing a lot of fighting, as I'm about to do with 3rd and 4th Corps, is going to drive up my losses, no question. The question is it worth it? So I don't know. I've never played the Confederate campaign before. So I guess we're about to find out. So I'm putting more pressure on these guys, but I don't want to drive them out of the pocket, so we want to stay at the maximum firing range, not get within firing, get too close to these guys so they start to run away. Okay, so we have 2 divisions here. He has people moving in. I have some 10-pound parrots. 3rd Corps is moving up to the south. All 4 divisions are here. And I'm going to let 3rd and 4th Corps handle that. They can do that. They don't need any help from these guys. That's one of the reasons I brought wanted to bring a 4th Corps in was just to get that coverage of the battlefield. And I want him to move his entire army into a big pocket between Sunken Road and Sharpsburg. Yeah, so I want him to move into the area he's moving into. So how come that I seem to be out of ammo down there, or about to be out of ammo? So I'm moving supply wagons south to reinforce these guys, to resupply these guys. Not a big deal. I have 8 supply wagons. Aren't doing anything. So yeah, it should be 3rd Corps. Should be 8 artillery pieces. So where do I put the 8 artillery pieces to do the most damage? And the vision lines here are a little wonky. So you have to make sure when you fire at something, because there's this terrain thing that the game does where if there's like a hill between you, it has to be direct sight. So if there's something blocking your line of sight, like terrain, elevation, what it'll do is you'll target a unit and your unit will move forward to get a shot, and it might move forward right into enemy infantry. So that's particularly a problem with 10-pounders who have it, which has a much shorter range than you might think. So I might have a clear line of sight, like the 10-pounder that's to the south might have a clear line of sight on the artillery where it is right now, and then it moves into that lower ground where the water is, that creek, and it has no visibility because there's a hill right there, and that's why I've chosen this position. This is high ground. It's open, but it's high ground. So the enemy, if he charges, has to charge uphill. He'll move slow. I'll be able to fire downhill with Lorenz's. I'm going to take more losses, but that's a pretty bad position for him to be in. And I'm about to come around on his flank. So these other guys, they can go one of 2 ways. They can either kind of move north to reinforce the guys who are attacking toward, this is what I understand from people who know this. They can either move north, which is what I want him to do, or they can move on Sharpsburg. He does both. He has some units move north, and some units move on Sharpsburg. Well, I have coverage of the battlefield. I have 2 divisions, I think. Do I have 2 divisions covering Sharpsburg? I have a lot of divisions here. It's a lot of units. And up here, he's just dying a pointless, meaningless death. So now I need to start thinking about getting some captures. I only need to capture 1,000 men. That's all I need, just 1,000. And he's too weak to, I think, melee his way out of the pocket. Even if he moves south to escape, he's going to go into how many pieces of artillery that are just going to, there's no way he gets away. There's no way he even gets into my line, let alone out of it. So now I'm going to have the whole world run forward, take shots. We're going to get into melee, hopefully with some of these, like, not my best units. Okay, unfortunately he has 2 units there. First one shatters. I did not get a capture. Too bad. Too bad. We need to capture 1,000. And I was hoping to get one of them here. We did not get it. Okay, this has not worked out well. But it's entirely luck. He's attacking Sharpsburg. But I'm in good cover, have good artillery. The 10-pound Ord, which is what's there, is going to get that mid-range damage, which is perfect right there. Yeah, this is okay. So I have a division on his, he has 2 pockets here. And what I don't see is he has artillery on the other side of the river. I've watched some videos and I should have remembered that he had artillery on the other side of the river. I thought they would have all come forward, but no, he has artillery on the other side of the river. So I think I kill them and I'm fine. Not so. I need visibility of the other side of the river. So I think if I had to do this again, I would get a division started right away on moving. There's a crossing to the north, a bridge to the north. It gets you to the right side of the map. and I would get someone over there to get visibility. So with, I mean, all the long-range guns I have. Also, I think I'd get my long-range guns moving right away to this part of the battlefield. I didn't think I needed them, but that's because I underestimated how many batteries he has. So I think I would have gotten the long-range guns moving right away. Could have made use of them here. I don't think they did that much to the north once the enemy was surrounded. The 24-pound howitzers in the James, you know, they did great. So a division at the bridge right now going across, giving the bridge, giving me visibility, long-range guns already in position here would be better. Still, for all of that, these divisions are doing a magnificent job of just tearing him apart. Yeah, his artillery would not be inflicting the damage on my units, so I'm taking more losses than I need to. But man, he is just getting torn to pieces. I did not expect this to go this well. Okay, he did not move everybody to the north. There are guys spread out. So, this means that it's really, really, really a good thing that I'm bringing in 4th Corps, because 4th Corps is going to come into the right of these guys behind them. Now, it's quite a distance, but it doesn't matter. We have all day. We're going to come in behind these guys. And my long-range artillery from 1st and 2nd Corps is coming up, and they're going to finally do what they do, which is blast away and make short work of his artillery and then turn on his infantry until I get visibility of the other side of the river. So, yeah, I could have sent my cav. In fact, I started to send my cav over that bridge. But, yeah, I decided not to do it because of the losses I took in Second Bull Run. So you can see my cav, he's at the victory location right now at Sunken Road. He was originally going to go across the bridge, and I decided not to send him across. But this is actually a place where he would have done a really good job over there, giving me visibility of his of the enemy's artillery. Yeah, it looks like I told a unit to move forward instead of to fire. That was a disaster. Although sometimes you tell an infantry to fire at another infantry unit, that infantry unit retreats, and your infantry unit will chase after it. Just a quirk in the game. You have to continuously just stay up on where your units are and who they're firing at. The other weird thing they do is, I mean, it's really weird. Your unit will target somebody, and that unit will retreat, and it will keep targeting that unit to the other side of the map, even though there are 5 other units right next to it that it could shoot at. It won't shoot at them because it's trying to take a shot at somebody it's out of range. Pandacrowd is fixing all these things in his mod, but it's, you know, it's something you think the devs would fix. Okay, I really didn't think these units, I'm just sending everybody across the river that was in 1st and 2nd Corps just because I don't really intend for them to do that much. Turns out there's going to be a lot for them to do, to my surprise. I'm completely surprised by this. These guys are going to walk the length of the map, and they're going to fight the whole way, and I did not expect that. In fact, I didn't even send any artillery with them because I didn't expect there'd be any fighting. I expected all the fighting would be on this side of the Antietam Creek. It's actually Antietam Creek. And I did not think that there would be anything going on, or very little going on the right side. Turns out that was not correct. Well, there's a perfect example of an undulation in the terrain causing a quirkiness in visibility. So I can't fire my 10-pounders at the infantry I was trying to hit because my 10-pounder is in low ground and there's a hill, and the infantry is in a defilade position on the other side, which means I can't see it, I can't hit it. So yeah, I have a unit getting flanked, and I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, well, the only thing that could be flanking it is artillery, but he doesn't have any artillery. But obviously if I'm getting flanked, he has artillery. So that was a big heads up. So now I realize that all the units that I have need to get moving on the other side of that river because I'm just taking shots from his artillery. So here comes 4th Corps. 4th Corps is going to slam the door shut on these guys and also get into some fighting, which is all good. He has way more guys over there than I thought he did. Apparently they retreated. I did not want him to retreat. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, I also sent my sniper. My sniper, you can see him moving. Wanted him to get on my right flank from here because we have plenty of time. So I want him to get on the right flank because he's going to have shots on the enemy position. But he would have been better here on my left flank. I did not think there was going to be all this fighting over here. So he has 2 artillery units. So I'm finally able to get, and one of them just went out of visibility. So there's that. So you're missing. I'm cutting out where I'm hitting pause, targeting his unit. He goes out of visibility. Then I have to target the other artillery. Then he comes back into visibility. Then I shift fire. Yeah, you have to do that. You have to. Yeah, it would be nice once you targeted a unit, your artillery just kept shooting at that guy, even if you went out of visibility. At least you wouldn't have to micromanage your artillery so much. Yeah, all those guys on my left, on the right side of the Antietam Creek, I thought those guys were just going on a pleasant walk, but they're in a fight. Yeah, I did not expect that. And I go ahead and charge. The guy who was isolated and got 2, he just kept advancing forward. I just decided to pop him with, those are 2 1-star units and they can just, yeah, get into melee and have a good time. Any enemy unit that is isolated and out of range of supporting allied units is going to get charged. If I can get 2 to 1 on him. Oh, this is great. One guy's trapped in the corner. There's a melee target. And another guy's trapped in the water, and he's just going to take volleys of fire and rout. He's hopeless. Yeah, this is 1st and 2nd Corps coming in on these guys on the right. So actually it might be all 1st Corps maybe. Yeah, I did not think these guys would be fighting. I thought they were going to get a rest and let other units get some XP, but no, they're in the battle. Yeah, we're gonna melee some guys. So there's a unit of 400. And come on, surrender, surrender, surrender. 350, come on, surrender. Not looking good. 290. Not looking good. And then I have 2 units here. One is only 300, one is 700. One of these guys needs to surrender. Got a guy here, 600. Come on, this 300. No, the guy on the left shattered. This guy of 370. Come on, surrender. He's only a 2-star. He shouldn't fight like a 3-star unit. Come on, surrender. Nope, he got away. I have like 3 units beating up on these guys. And he shatters. No luck at all. Every unit I've gotten into melee so far completely escaped, shattered, or just routed out of the pocket. Okay, here, 4th Corps is coming up. The artillery is rolling up. This is perfect. These guys are going to take some losses because they only have 42s. But they're going to get some XP. So yeah, I'm going to take the additional losses. But I'm going to put the artillery right on the front line and get as many kills as they can. Okay, no reason. There's still more time. It is only 13:43. Tons of time. I think this goes on into the night sometime. But you know, he doesn't have that many men left. This is going to be over. This is going to be over. I mean, this. So still, I issue orders to my infantry to move where I want them. The artillery to move forward. We're not going to just charge with infantry because this is a winning position. We're going to advance with the infantry. Set up a line. Roll up the artillery. Blast away. They'll fall back. Rinse and repeat. So I have a unit too far forward. Needs to fall back. That guy, he needs to get out of there. He needs to fall back. Yeah, I didn't get him out of there fast enough. He needed to fall back. He actually has more men on the field. I would really like to have recon too. I just had a major get killed. That had to be, yeah, that guy that I needed to fall back, he needed to fall back faster, so a major got killed. And he was not in good cover, so that was entirely a screw up. So he actually has more men on the field than I think at this point, because he has a bunch of guys that I'm just not seeing. Really wish I had 2 more perks in recon. I play much better when I have that. It lets me know what the enemy has, and you know, I'm able to then come up with a plan based on what the enemy has. So, but in this game, I desperately want politics because of the manpower shortage that the South has. So, and medicine to recover some of the losses. And I also want economy because I want to buy better weapons. I still have units on this battlefield with 42s. So I would be much happier if those guys with 42s had Mississippis. Okay, if you look at this, we're actually, I'm not charging at the enemy. What I'm doing is I'm just building an encirclement of the entire enemy force. So the thing that's weak right now is 4th Corps is not getting the coverage to the right of my line that I want. I did not think that 1st Corps and I guess elements of 2nd Corps that are on the right side of the Antietam Creek, I didn't think I was going to have units over there extending my line. I did not think that would be happening, but there we are. So I'm just having them extend the line, get everybody in position patiently, form a line, and then the entire line will advance forward. And kind of that's what happened historically. They would get everybody in position, form a battle formation, a battle line, and then everybody would advance together so that everybody had their flanks covered. Every unit had somebody on their right and left covering their flanks. So, yeah, I've moved up the artillery. 4th Corps. It's not great, but it's good enough. It'll do the job. Because he doesn't have anything over there at all. So if he charges, he's going to take some canister. And really, 6-pound canister is no joke. So I've issued orders to my units, and they're forming what is an infantry line across that little bit of water. My units on the right are getting into position. They're not quite there. Want to extend the right flank. Make sure he doesn't escape to the south. That would just absolutely... yeah, that'd be irritating, because then I'd have to chase him down to the southern edge of the map. I mean, we could do it, but, you know, there's no reason. We can surround him here and wipe him out here. And as it turns out, he's retreating. Looks like he's going to die at Burnside Bridge. So that's a good place for him to die, right there on the victory location. Unfortunately, there's cover there. Yep, taking my time, rolling forward. Actually had time to send artillery to the right side of Antietam Creek. Little did I realize it would pay off if I'd done that. And I have time to do it. So my units are rested. They can move forward. My sniper is rested, has plenty of ammo. My units are in good shape. And he charges. Yeah, I thought these guys were going to get a rest, but no. He's charging at 1st and 2nd Corps on the right side of the Antietam Creek. So okay, and that goes just about as well as I thought it was going to go. Yeah, he thinks he wants to send a whole bunch of units over there. That's... yeah, I wish I had some artillery over there. That would be nice. Okay, my artillery has moved up the main part of my army. He has more men in this area that I can't see than I think he does. Yeah, that's not good. I have some 2-star units taking some losses. They don't need to. These guys have done enough. They don't need to take these losses. Really wish I had 1 artillery, even a 6-pounder over there. Yeah, but man, they are getting some kills. I mean, these guys are just racking up more and more kills over there. So, yeah, I should get the CS Richmond out of there. I don't need them to take any more losses. That is not productive. Somebody else with Harper's Ferries or Enfields could move up and do that. Holy cow, the CS Richmonds have, I think, 2,600 kills already, and they're going to get more. So... yeah, I don't think I have any commanders with 3 stars, so the commanders are only needed for morale recovery, which pretty much only 4th Corps needs that. Everybody else is going to have very high morale. Oh, he's got this tiny unit. 4th Corps is going to beat up on him. And this is a perfect opportunity. I moved Jackson up to charge, and then he shatters. So, too bad. So I move my cav to the far right, hopefully get some visibility. I can't see anything, I don't think, with my cav. I suspect he has people in the woods. He always does. Yeah, I give all my artillery orders to move. At least they can build condition. I guess I could just wait for my artillery to get into position, but, I mean, you can see this. His units are 500. This is... if he goes across the bridge to the right, he's going to face 1st and 2nd Corps, throwing volleys into him. I do want my position here to cut off any escape route to the south, which I'm afraid of him doing. Yeah, before I push, yeah, now units come out of the woods, so I'm surprised he has all of that. But he doesn't have any artillery, so I'm going to push this artillery right up to the front line and blast away. Yeah, at the very least, they just need to build condition. This is at the end of a battle. There's nothing else to do. Just send all your units on a walk that aren't going to participate. So that's what I'm thinking. Everybody needs to go on a walk. Either walk closer to the front line or just walk somewhere in build condition. Yeah, even these 10-pound ords are just doing like crazy damage right now to units that can't take much more damage. So I send about a division into the woods to the right. I'm going to have them just like kind of push anything in the woods out of the woods. Stuff can hide in there really well. I know from playing the Union, you can hide in there really well. So don't really want anybody hiding. Yeah, more infantry is coming up, more artillery is coming up. And right now I see one unit. I know he has more than one unit. Detached skirmishers, just so I can maybe see, get some spotting. I don't see anything. But he does have something in the woods. Yep, he shattered. And then that guy shattered. So there's one guy left. One guy left. There he is. The last guy. Come on, charge. Get this guy. We need the capture. Oh, there's two guys left. Oh, man, the visibility in this game. Okay. Come on, First Corps. We need the capture. Okay, supply wagon. Don't care. We need a capture. We need a capture of infantry. So the 42s are in melee. That's great. Because their losses are free. Come on, a capture. Yes, and we finally get a capture. So we did capture 1,000. Yes. Absolutely yes. So yeah, that's very, very happy with that. Very happy with those results. Got 58,000 plus of them. So happy, happy day. Very happy with that result. Let's see. 3,100 kills for the Stonewall Brigade. 3,000 with the 24-pound howitzer. The Iron Brigade got 2,700. The CS Richmonds killed 2,700. Harper's Ferry's 25, 23, 19. Lorenz got 17. The James, that's really good for the James. 1,700 for the James. 20-pound Parrot got 1,700. Yeah, all very good. And then these guys came in. The Whitworth got 1,000. Yeah, and for as much as possible, they were targeting artillery, so that's, you know, a couple batteries. 10-pound Parrots, 800. Is that my best 10-pound Parrot? Maybe. Tredigers got 600. Yeah, underwhelming, always. Always underwhelming, Tredigers. But, you know, they do what they do okay. They're not great, but they're okay. Yeah, these guys came in toward the end. They didn't get to fight very much, but they did something. You know, they got to fight, and they got some experience. So did not get my Cav slaughtered this game. Used them fairly responsibly and did not throw them away pointlessly. So yeah, the Napoleon's got 100 kills. So the most terrible gun in the entire game, the Napoleon. So fighting the 12-pound howitzer is the most useless gun in the armory. So yeah, all kinds of promotions. I am really focused on promotions and building an officer corps, and we should be just about set for 5. Well, get to 4 corps of all 1-star units because of the officer corps. 6,600 Harper's Ferries. Thank you very much. Yeah, that lovely. So I'm looking for a 20-pound parrot. No 20-pound. Did I miss it? Did I just, no. But he gave me 20 10-pound parrots. So that's good. You know, I'll take all those I can get. Got 1,000 additional soldiers. We have 15,800 men at this point, $425,000. I will take those 2 infantry units, or infantry weapons. I'll take the 24-pound howitzers. You can keep the Tredigers. Not interested at all. So, yeah, that is, yes. And pretty much I'm looking at my units being 1250, maybe 1300 for 1st Division. 1st Corps, which did all the heavy lifting, is fine. They are just fine. 1250, as long as training stays where it is, 1250 will be fine for my army. Hey, that guy got promoted to a 2-star. So, yeah, we can... Yeah, he might lose a star, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, all these guys are close to 1,100, 1,200, which is what they'll be. These guys are fine. They go back to 1,000. We just need to give them better weapons. Hey, we got 3 lieutenant colonels out of this, and I've got a general over there in the 10-pound horde. So, yeah, I'd love for these guys to have Mississippis rather than what they have. So, yeah, everybody's looking absolutely great. How many 3-pound? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and I think I have one in 5 3-star artillery units, and I'm just basking in the deaths. 3,000 kills. 3,000 kills? It's crazy. Sniper, 1385. So this guy needs a better officer, but I don't have better officers. And yeah, he gets 40,000 if I'm reading that correctly, and he's down to 48. His manpower pool is at 48. He's in the low 40s for training and armory. Oh man, we are in great, great shape for the next battles. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in camp.